Thank you, David. Our next question is from Fipto. Fipto, whenever you're ready, mister.
Hello? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay. Yeah, so I just had some questions about some takes that you've had over the past, I guess, year and a half, maybe.
Okay.
Over two stories. So of course, the first one, Cal Rittenhouse, and the second one would be on George Floyd. Like, kind of just a pick at your brain on the George Floyd instance, because I've advocated, um, well, one contention with his death over another, and I just want to pick at your brain and see what you believe in that instance. But on the Kyle Rittenhouse case, well, judging from some of the takes that you've had, to be honest, I don't remember them outright completely. But does it kind of disenchant you of, the media and, how far they can go to actually slander a person, to take a large populace of people and make them think one way, even though it's the overt falsehood of something?
I don't know what you're talking about. So on Rittenhouse, I mean, I guess there were some claims that he was a white supremacist that didn't seem based in evidence. So that was bad. That was wrong. But yeah, I don't know. You're saying you don't remember the takes, but so is there a specific question for me, I guess?
Well, I mean, I guess it's just kind of the pick at your brain, kind of on, I guess, how trusting outright people can be of the media now. Because previously, I guess people could just take a news article and argue and advocate that that news article is correct. But now we have to kind of think, okay, this news article could be correct, but we're not completely sure.
Mhm.
And we shouldn't jump to any conclusions because of it. One thing I noted to my father-in-law, he watches MSNBC, and I had to show him an image of MSNBC saying that Kyle Rittenhouse shot 3 black men. Now, that's outright false, as everybody could witness, whoever watched the court cases. And I mean, I guess the question is, does this kind of, disenchant you of what common news outlets people would reference as, arbiters of truth? Does that kind of disenchant you to, I guess, their authoritative fact checking, in a sense?
It doesn't really do anything to me because I feel like I had a pretty realistic understanding of media literacy and how media operates before that. So for me, what I try to do is to critically analyze primary sources. And so to really look at, first of all, is what I'm looking at an opinion piece, or is it a rewrite of a primary source, or is it the primary source? So I kind of start with that. This is sort of really about basic media literacy. The Rittenhouse case, no more than anything else in particular, made me rethink that. I mean, I think one of the issues is when you refer to the media, that's really not one thing. Like, are we talking about newspaper articles that cite sources? Are we talking about some febrile screed from Tucker Carlson? Or, like, you know what I mean? Even referring to
established media.
Sorry, what was that?
Like people who've been around to the point of when the government paid for them to be, co-opted with them.
What do you mean? When the government paid who to be co-opted?
Like old generation media, like organizations that have been here for probably 2 decades or more.
So like Fox News.
Oh yeah, even them.
Yeah. And so what do you mean the government paid them to be co-opted by them?
Well, so there were some things that I could look back in the past where well, news articles would go, they wouldn't want to jump the gun, and they would kind of cite whatever the White House officials would say, the CIA officials would say.
Hold on, White House or CIA? What's an example story where did that happen?
Well, okay, so well, you could say well, I guess everybody could cite Iraq.
Okay. So on Iraq, the Bush administration made a case for war with Iraq that was based on bad intelligence.
Yeah.
Okay. And so therefore what? So that was 20 years ago. And so then what?
honestly just on my driving.
Hello?
But yeah, I'd
There
ask
you go.
more on the MSNBC case, where they say that where Kyle Rittenhouse shot 3 black men. And MSNBC, they're kind of like, they're really well known. They're one of the more popular media sources people subscribe to.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I have to tell you, I don't know where this is going, but people should understand. Number one, are they analyzing a primary source or not? Number two,
Yeah.
what are the biases of the source I am looking at? Number three, this is basically, it's basic media literacy. We should start teaching it when kids are 10. We don't, and it's a real problem in this country.
Yeah. Well, I don't think people want to be as involved into politics as they feel that they should be now.
People don't want to be as involved in the politics as they feel that they should be now. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know about that. I don't know what that means.
I mean, you have tons of independents waking up now, and
what are they waking up to?
Well, I think in the past election, well, of course, you have some falsities. Some people that
Sorry, you had what? You had what? You had
Trump,
falsity.
believed,
What did you have?
Yeah, I'm saying people that believed in the false notions of QAnon, or people that followed Donald Trump.
Yeah.
I say the falsities of like in certain instances where people have just kind of awakened to a different reality, and everybody seems kind of politically activated.
Oh, okay. So people do want to be politically
Yeah, that's
active.
what I mean.
Okay, all right. I thought you said they didn't.
Well, yeah. Well, previously they didn't. Most people would have said that they don't want to have anything to do with politics, but now they're looking around, going, things are. They're kind of feeling like they're being the rug's been swept out of under them.
By who?
By individuals.
Which? But who? Which individual?
Okay, so one individual I would say is especially in Canada. Do you know who Mr. Sunshine Baby is? He's been covering a lot of the protests.
No.
Okay. On YouTube, he actually blew up on YouTube. So he got about 200,000 subscribers in about 5 to 10 days. Because he's just been covering what the Canadian news has been saying, what Trudeau's been saying, covering the protests, all of that. And he gave his own story too about how, specifically he doesn't want anything to do with politics, but he's looking left and right and seeing what the Canadian government's doing and saying, okay, well, this is wrong. I feel like I need to step up to the plate now.
I see. Because,
it used to be, people used to feel like the government is, kind of, I wouldn't want to say daddy, but, the daycare worker who would take care of the things that you wouldn't think about.
So in other words, Canadian YouTuber Mr. Baby is one of the individuals you cited who pulled the rug out from under American independence. Is that, am I understanding that correctly?
No. Wait, what? No. He feels that the Canadian government pulled the rug out of under him.
Oh,
because,
I thought you said it was independence that did it.
Whatnot.
Well, listen, you've really said it all.
Read into these questions too hard.
Oh no, yeah, okay. I'm not
trying to trip you up or anything.
Oh no, I'm not worried about that. Don't worry about that. You're doing good.
Okay.
All right, good. Well, listen, it's been a pleasure speaking with you.
Okay, I do have one more question.
Oh, okay.
Okay, yeah, I don't want to take up too much time, but George Floyd.
Yes.
So, with the recent stats and fentanyl overdoses and deaths of people. Yeah. Does that kind of enlighten you maybe a little bit on how dangerous this drug actually is?
I don't know what that has to do with George Floyd, because the medical experts who testified in the case said that was not a factor in his death, if I recall correctly.
Well, the medical examiner, I believe, before they saw the video, they had testified that if they had not seen the video, that they would have thought he died from an overdose.
Okay, I don't remember that being testimony in the case.
Detected in his body.
Listen, fentanyl is a problem. I'm against fentanyl. People, when it's not properly administered, and fentanyl can be bad.
Yeah, I don't know if you know about the stat of 18 to 45-year-olds that killed the most 18 to 45-year-olds last year,
Fipto, your mic's very
even more than COVID did.
Yeah. Hey, listen, I think we got to
So
run,
that's the
but
guy.
I'm curious, who did you vote for in 2020?
Oh,
Hello?
definitely Donald Trump.
You voted for Trump. Okay, yeah. That I'm not surprised to hear that.
Oh,
Okay.
why is that?
I'm just not surprised.
We do have a lot of people. With
Yeah,
that.
let's go. Let's keep going. But that was a very interesting phone call.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.